So there are two types of bad games. There's actual bad games and games that we all hate. Big Rigs Over the Road Racing is easily considered one of the worst games of all time. As well, that is an actual fact. The game, and it is also a very hard game to get. And I've said multiple times that bad games do deserve to be preserved, not just good games. Most of the times, good games are usually the preserved games. I wonder if they'll do this to other, really, really bad games. They're often considered some of the worst games of all time. For example, Bubsy 3D and Superman 64, I do think deserve a Steam release as well. Considering the fact that, yes, they're bad games, but I do think people should be able to experience bad games alongside good games. Okay, considering that Superman 64, Big Rigs, and Bubsy 3D are three of the most infamous games of all time, it isn't too surprising that now Big Rigs Over the Road Racing is coming out this year. Yes, Big Rigs, it is not a joke, and the game is coming out this year. So of course this is infamously one of the worst games ever released. I think the game is very hard to get to, considering the fact that the game only released on, physical as well. But the game is now coming to Steam as well. And also they're gonna fix some of the problems with the game, like the text and stuff. Here. But yeah. Big Rigs is also associated with the Ukraine as well here. And also, they should keep that your winner. Past weeks with Big Rigs, that's some of his going issues including the broken English, but even then, with no box was never a part of the game. Includes data what happened to broad hauling roads. This is obviously it's Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, obviously as well. But yes, one of the world's worst games of all time is coming to Steam. And you got the average user scores at 4.2 out of 10. Of course, a bunch of joke reviews saying it's a good game. Obviously, a bunch of memers giving a good score. But now the game will be available to everybody, which I think is pretty neat considering the fact that this is one of the worst games of all time as well here. And I think this is a game that, as bad as people say it is, deserves to be preserved, 100%. It's a, I know it's considered one of the worst games of all time, but I think a game even like Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, which is very, very hard to get now considering how little copies were made of the game. Considering if you want the game, you have to pay a lot of money for it, like $300,000, and you have to buy a CD version as well. And the Roost CD is just $10,000, but if you want the actual full box and stuff, you'll be paying a lot of money for the game, obviously as well. But yeah, now the game will be available on Steam, and it'll be available for everybody. Obviously, as well as I think it's pretty neat the fact that this game will now be available to everyone as well. So one of the most infamous games of all time, Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, is now coming to Steam. And goodbye.